Ladies and gentlemen, America has once again reached a new milestone in coronavirus. So, this came out in The Guardian, October 16th, 2020. US passes 8 million coronavirus cases as death toll approaches 220,000. Mm-mm-mm. And Trump is still on that it'll go away stuff. You think he would learn a lesson, but apparently he's learned nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, the US passed 8 million recorded coronavirus cases on Friday, another unwelcome mark for the country with the most cases and the worst death toll from the global pandemic approaching 220,000. Despite there being no sign that the pandemic is under control in the US on Thursday, Donald Trump said the virus would peter out. Wow. Wow. Cases are increasing in 32 states, holding steady in 15 and decreasing in only 3: Louisiana, Kentucky, and Vermont. According to Johns Hopkins University, by mid-afternoon Friday, the U.S. had confirmed 8,008,402. Wow, it's that much. On Thursday, I saw Saturday they reported 69,000 new cases overnight. That's what they said, which is up, you know. That was numbers we were seeing like in the early part of summer, but we're back up to that. So they're saying that's the highest single number since mid-August. The US is seeing an average increase of more than 50,000 cases a day. At an event in Florida earlier Friday, Trump insisted, "We are rounding the turn. I say that all the time." Yeah, you do. And those things aren't happening all the time. But experts have warned of increased spread of the virus in the Midwest as the weather is getting cold. And they're already warning us here in the Northeast where I am that expect it to get worse as it gets cold and people are indoors more. They're expecting, the Northeast to start getting bad again. It's already getting bad in New York and New Jersey, by the way. Okay, Wisconsin has set up emergency overflow hospital facilities, and the National Guard is helping out at extra testing sites. We are in crisis here in Wisconsin. Julie Willems, Van Dirk, Deputy Secretary of the Health Services, the trajectory does not look good. We need to be prepared for that. In Utah, Gary Hubert, a Republican governor, our hospitals are getting overwhelmed. The dramatic increase in infections has put the integrity of our healthcare system at risk. Wow. Hotspots are also springing up in Oklahoma, Wyoming, Missouri, Mississippi, and North Dakota. Missouri reported limited intensive care capacity in several regions. Indiana is facing critical ICU bed shortages along with personnel shortages. The state chief medical officer, Lindsay Weaver, said in late September the Republican governor, Eric Holcomb, lifted most coronavirus restrictions. Now officials are calling for volunteers to plug staffing gaps at some hospitals. Further south, part of Texas and New Mexico are in trouble. The border city of El Paso in West Texas reported that it was running out of intensive care beds. New Mexico Democratic Governor Michelle Dujan Gershom announced earlier So they're saying that there are restaurant closures, restricted gathering, and no more than 5 can gather, together. And this is the most serious emergency New Mexico has ever faced. Dr. Fauci and Johns Hopkins University experts, the top infectious disease public health experts, warn Americans um, by not wearing a mask, not social distancing. So he's pretty much telling you you're making it worse for everybody. But you know what? At this point, are these really top experts? I mean, since you've been parading these people out in the forefront, has it made a positive difference in America? It hasn't. They have a tendency of doing that, ladies and gentlemen. I even seen that on jobs. They'll label somebody an expert at something, pay them top salary, and then in the meantime, this person is always giving wrong information, always telling you something that don't pan out. And I noticed that happens a lot. And you know what they do? They ignore it and continue to call this person an expert. That's what I don't get. But they do that. They do these things in this country. I'm not surprised that we're in the shape that we're in. Now the people in this country that have paraded around acting like they're more capable than God, you're seeing they're not capable at all. When a big crisis is thrown in their laps, they literally don't know what to do. Okay, they're leading all of us into a ditch. So Trump belatedly recommended wearing a mask after months of dismissing and discouraging them and avoiding wearing one himself. The president caught coronavirus earlier this month and was hospitalized for just a few days. Ahead of this year U.S. election, the Trump administration and its supporters are waging an aggressive campaign to discredit and suppress mail in voting, a crucial method in the midst of a pandemic. This is one of a number of attempts to suppress the votes of Americans, something that has been a stain on U.S. democracy for decades. The Voting Rights Act was passed 55 years ago to undo a web of restrictions designed to block Black Americans from the ballot box. Now, several years after the law was gutted by the Supreme Court, the president is actively threatening a free and fair election. Though our fight to vote project. All right. So, what they're pretty much saying is, throughout the article, this thing has been handled so badly. America should be ashamed of itself to have 8 million cases. We know it's far more than that. Any number y'all give is a lowball number. So if you're saying it's 8 million, chances are it's probably 20 million people in America with COVID. I'm serious. It's probably 20 million. And testing sites are set up all over this country. People are still going in hospitals, and there is no positive change in sight. Boy, these people would die before telling you they don't know what the hell to do about this thing. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.